Hey everyone, ready for today's deep dive? We're going to be taking a close look at Moringa powder.
Sounds good to me.
Perfect. So someone reached out wanting to learn more about all the buzz surrounding Moringa powder. They even sent us some research to dig through.
Yeah, and it looks like they found this really interesting YouTube video. It's called When You Eat Moringa Powder Every Day, Here's What Happened to Your Body, Not What You Think.
Oh, from foods and drinks, right?
You got it. And let me tell you, they make some pretty bold claims about moringa in that video.
Yeah, like 7 times the vitamin C of an orange.
Yeah.
Wild. So is it really a miracle tree or is that just hype?
Well, there's definitely been a ton of hype around moringa lately, but, there is some real science behind some of its benefits.
Okay, so not all smoke and mirrors then.
Not at all. What we're going to do today is break down what the research actually says about moringa, separate fact from fiction.
I'm all for that. Let's dig in. So first things first, what exactly is moringa powder?
So moringa powder, it's made from the leaves of the Moringa oleifera tree. And this tree, it's native to parts of India, Pakistan, and Africa.
Interesting.
Yeah. And get this, it's been used in traditional medicine for centuries.
Wow, so it's not exactly a new discovery.
Nope, not at all. But, it's definitely having a moment right now in the wellness world.
I can see why, with all the supposed benefits. So they basically just take the leaves, dry them out, and grind them up.
Pretty much.
Kind of like those green smoothie powders, but maybe like supercharged?
Exactly. But what really makes moringa stand out is how nutrient dense it is.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking significant amounts of vitamins A, C, E.
Wow.
Plus essential minerals like calcium, iron, potassium, and more.
Okay, so it's packed with stuff your body actually needs.
Yeah.
What about protein? I vaguely remember the video mentioning something about essential amino acids.
You're right. Moringa does provide all 9 essential amino acids.
Oh, way.
Which is, pretty rare for a plant-based source.
Yeah, that is impressive.
Means it's a complete protein, which is a big deal, especially for anyone following a vegetarian or vegan diet.
Makes sense. They definitely want to make sure they're getting all those essential amino acids.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm starting to see why people are so into this stuff, but let's get into the specifics. The video mentioned a lot about moringa's anti-inflammatory properties. What's the deal with that?
Well, for starters, moringa's got these compounds called isothiocyanates, flavonoids, and phenolic acids.
Hold on, let me try those again. Yeah. Isothiocyanates.
Aha! Yeah, they're a mouthful.
More like a tongue twister. So what do those even do?
Think of them as inflammation fighters.
Inflammation fighters?
Yep. They basically help combat inflammation at the cellular level. Now, inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection. Right?
That makes sense.
But chronic inflammation, the kind that sticks around for a long time, that's not a good thing. And it's been linked to a whole host of health problems, everything from heart disease to cancer.
Oh, wow. So these inflammation fighters in moringa could help protect against that. Okay, now that's pretty cool. So it's not just about what it adds yet to your diet, but what it helps prevent too.
Right. And those harmful free radicals everyone's always talking about?
Yeah, they're the bad guys, right?
They are. They can damage cells and trigger inflammation, but moringa helps to neutralize them.
Okay, this is fascinating. I'm really starting to see why people are calling it a superfood.
It definitely packs a punch.
All right, I'm ready for more. What else can this moringa do? All right, so what else can this moringa do?
Well, one area where moringa really shines is in its potential to support digestive health.
Oh, yeah, I remember reading something about that.
I always thought that was more fiber's job, keeping things, moving.
Right. Fiber's the gut's best friend.
It is, and moringa does have a good amount of fiber, but there's more to it. It's not just about, keeping things regular. Remember those inflammation fighters we were talking about?
Whatchamacallits.
Haha, yeah, those. The isothiocyanates, flavonoids, and phenolic acids. Well, they're doing their thing in the gut, too.
Oh, so they're not just fighting inflammation throughout the body, they're specifically targeting the gut as well.
Exactly.
That's cool.
The isothiocyanates, they've also got these antibacterial properties.
Interesting.
Which means they can help keep a healthy balance of bacteria in your gut microbiome.
And that's important for...
Oh, it's huge
right.
for optimal digestion and how well your body actually absorbs nutrients.
So moringa is not just helping things move through, it's actually helping you get more out of the food you eat. That's pretty awesome.
It is. And there's even more. Moringa is also a good source of polyphenols and flavonoids.
Wait, those sound familiar.
They should. We talked about this earlier.
Right.
And these guys, they can actually help soothe inflammation in the digestive tract itself.
Okay, so for someone who struggles with digestive issues, could moringa really make a difference?
Based on the research, it's definitely worth looking into.
Okay, I like it.
Studies suggest moringa could offer some relief from things like constipation and bloating,
Yeah.
And it might even be helpful for managing some of those more chronic conditions like irritable bowel syndrome.
No, that's impressive. All right, let's move on to brain health. I remember the video mentioned something about moringa being like a brain booster. What's the story there?
All right, well, those antioxidants we keep talking about,
Yeah.
they're not just good for the body, they're fantastic for the brain, too.
How so?
They protect brain cells from something called oxidative stress, which is one of the main contributors to, age-related cognitive decline.
And isn't that linked to, like, Alzheimer's and other serious brain diseases?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So adding moringa to my routine could actually help keep my mind sharp, even as I, get older.
That's what the research suggests.
That's wild.
Studies have shown moringa can improve memory and cognitive function, at least in animals.
Right.
Now, the research on humans is still pretty early,
Okay.
but there have been some promising findings.
I mean, if moringa can help my brain and my gut, what can it do?
Haha, right. It's an impressive plant, for sure, but, got to be realistic with our expectations. Let's switch gears for a sec and talk about a topic that often gets a lot of hype.
Oh, what's that?
Moringa and cancer.
Yeah, the video touched on that. And honestly, it did sound a little too good to be true.
Yeah, it's important to approach this topic carefully and not, overstate the claims.
Right. So can moringa really help fight cancer? Like, actually?
Moringa is not a cure for cancer.
Sorry. Okay.
But there is some interesting research emerging about its potential role in cancer prevention.
Okay, so what kind of research are we talking about?
Well, those powerful compounds we keep mentioning, the isothiocyanates, quercetin, and chlorogenic acid,
Yeah.
they've actually shown some anti-cancer activity in laboratory studies.
Anti-cancer activity. What does that even mean?
So basically, in test tubes and in some animal studies, these compounds have slowed down or even stopped the growth and spread of cancer cells, which is huge.
Wow, that is huge.
But, important to remember, this research is still preliminary. We're a long way from saying moringa can prevent or treat cancer in humans.
Okay, yeah, we definitely don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But it is exciting, right, to see this kind of potential.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Totally.
It really highlights just how complex this plant is. Speaking of complexity, let's talk about something a little less serious. Breathing.
Breathing. What does moringa have to do with breathing?
Well, think back to those anti-inflammatory properties we keep talking about.
Okay.
They're not just good for the gut and brain, they can also be beneficial for the respiratory system.
So moringa could potentially be helpful for people with, like, breathing problems, asthma.
That's what some researchers are exploring. Moringa's anti-inflammatory compounds might be able to reduce inflammation in the airways.
Which would be good because...
Well, inflammation in the airways is a key trigger for asthma symptoms.
Oh, right, of course.
And moringa's got a lot of vitamin C, which is also known to support respiratory health.
Okay, so moringa could potentially help people with asthma experience fewer wheezing episodes and breathe easier.
It's definitely a possibility. Now, more research is definitely needed.
Okay.
But some studies have already shown that moringa supplements can actually improve lung function and reduce how often asthma attacks happen. So yeah, it's looking pretty promising.
Wow, this moringa is a real multitasker.
Yeah.
I mean, we've covered digestion, brain health, potential cancer-fighting properties, and now even respiratory support. Is there anything this plant can't do?
I know, right? And we're not even done yet.
There's more.
There are a few more pretty intriguing benefits to uncover.
Okay, you've got to tell me. What else does moringa have up its sleeve?
Well, next we'll be exploring how moringa might be able to support liver health, enhance vision, strengthen bones, and even boost sexual function.
Hold on. Did you say sexual function?
You heard right. But we'll get into all those juicy details after a quick break. Stay tuned.
Okay, so we're back, and I'm still kind of stuck on the whole moringa and, well,
Yeah, it's definitely one of the more interesting potential benefits.
Definitely. But before we dive into that, you mentioned something about liver health.
Right. So the liver, super important, obviously. It's like your body's main filter, cleanses the blood, removes toxins, processes all those nutrients.
Yeah, the liver does a lot.
It does. And moringa, well, it seems to have this protective effect on it.
Oh, in what way?
Well, those polyphenols and flavonoids, the ones we keep talking about.
The inflammation fighters.
Exactly. they've actually been shown to protect the liver from damage.
So it's like giving your liver a little extra support to handle everything it has to process every day.
Exactly. Plus, moringa helps reduce oxidative stress in the liver.
Oxidative stress being?
Damage from those unstable molecules, remember, free radicals. And moringa can even help lower elevated liver enzymes.
Which is a good thing because...
Well, high liver enzymes can be a sign that your liver's under stress.
Got it. Moringa's looking out for us. Okay, so what about vision? You said moringa might enhance that too.
Yeah, so your eyes need certain nutrients to stay healthy, right? And moringa's got them.
Like what?
Well, vitamin A, for one. That's super important for overall eye health. And moringa also has zeaxanthin.
Zeaxanthin?
Yeah, that's a new one.
It's a powerful antioxidant that specifically protects your eyes from blue light damage.
Oh, like from staring at our screens all day.
Bingo.
Yeah, because you know all the protection we can get.
Right. And moringa's also got vitamin C, which helps keep the cornea, the front part of your eye, strong and clear.
Okay, so moringa could help slow down age-related vision decline.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Studies have shown it can protect against age-related macular degeneration, and that's, one of the leading causes of vision loss.
Right. This is all very impressive. But now for the benefit, I'm really curious about the one we were teasing before, sexual function. You said moringa might be able to boost that.
Okay, yeah. So, gotta be realistic here.
Yeah.
Moringa's not some magic aphrodisiac.
Right. But it does have compounds that can support healthy sexual function. For both men and women.
Okay, I'm listening. How does that work?
Well, first, moringa's got those polyphenols and flavonoids, and those can enhance blood flow, which, is kind of important for everything to work properly.
Makes sense.
Plus, moringa's got vitamin C and E, which are good for hormone balance.
Okay.
And remember those anti-inflammatory benefits? Well, reducing inflammation can also help with any underlying conditions that might be, impacting things.
So it's more about creating the right environment for a healthy sex life rather than being some kind of instant fix.
Exactly. And while we're talking about men's health, moringa has also been studied for its benefits for prostate health.
Oh, the prostate. Tell me more about that.
Well, as men age, the prostate can become enlarged, and that can cause, all sorts of urinary problems. Not fun.
No, not fun at all.
But moringa's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, they might be able to help reduce inflammation in the prostate, which could potentially offer some relief.
So could moringa actually help prevent those prostate problems in the first place?
It's possible. Some studies have even shown that moringa can improve certain prostate health markers, so it might offer some protection against more serious prostate conditions.
Wow. Okay, my brain is officially full. We've covered so much. From digestion and brain health to potential cancer support, respiratory benefits, liver protection, vision enhancement, and even sexual and prostate health. Is there anything this plant can't do?
Right. It's pretty amazing. But, it's not about finding this miracle cure-all. Moringa is just one piece of the puzzle, right?
Right. Got to have a healthy lifestyle overall.
Exactly. Good diet, regular exercise, stress management, all that's super important too. Moringa can be a great addition to a healthy routine, but it's not a substitute for taking care of yourself in other ways.
That's such a good point. Well, for our listener out there who's clearly just as interested in moringa as we are, what would you suggest? Where should they go to learn more?
Well, we'll definitely include some links in the show notes, links to reputable resources so you can dive deeper into the research. And as always, talk to your doctor before making any major changes to your diet or, taking any new supplements, especially if you have any health conditions or are taking medications.
Always good advice.
Yeah.
This has been an incredible journey into the world of moringa. I've learned so much, and I'm sure our listener has too.
Absolutely. And don't forget, you can find links to some great moringa products in the bio and description so you can start experiencing the benefits for yourself.
That's right. So what are you waiting for? Grab some moringa, get curious, and let us know what you discover. And hey, if you have any more questions or topics you'd like us to, deep dive into, just send them our way. We're always up for an adventure in the world of health and wellness.